and welcome back to our Team Lotus F1 Manager series, and welcome to a new season. We're about to finish the 2025 season and run through to 2026, and this is the year where we're hoping we can challenge for both the Drivers and Constructors Championship. After finishing second in both of those last year, we've been heavy on research to try and make 2026 our years. We're about to click up here and start the new season, but before we do so, if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. If you do like the content you're following the series, please do smash a like on the video. Again, trying to get this to a minimum 15 likes, so if you can help me on the way to that target, I would really appreciate it. And please do get involved down below in the comments. But let's head through then and start this 2026 season. So the first thing is the new season target. So last year, we finished second in both the Drivers and Constructors Championship. I think the target was to finish 7th in the Constructors, but they are looking for us to finish second. So that's where we finished last year. So hopefully we can achieve that again, but we do in ourselves want to go one better and finish first, of course. The new long-term objective, because we achieved the last one, was to score podiums in 25% of races, and we've got till 2028 to do that. So 3 seasons to do that in, and again, I will hopefully be able to achieve that across this year. So let's accept that new target. Okay, welcome to the new season then. So as we've just seen, second or above is the new season objective. Long term is podium contender and score podiums in 25% of the races, and we've got till 2028 to do that. So we've just seen that one. It's just showing the balance sheet. Technical regulations, so this was the deficit, and this is what we've made up. So on chassis, minimal gains there, a little bit better on the front wing, pretty good actually on the front wing, pretty good on the rear wing, side pods not too bad, underfloor I'd say this is really good, and suspension not too bad. So I think we're going to be pretty good going into this 2026 season, to be honest with you. Finances, so share money is prize share money is staying the same, I believe it is, but the cost cap is reduced by about 5 million, exactly 5 million, and sporting regulations should be all the same apart from CFD and wind tunnel time, which we've been through already. Right, who's going to power our Team Lotus in 2026 then? So 2024 we were powered by Renault, 2025 by Mercedes, and it's still only 3 engines a year, so I'm going to stick with Mercedes because of that engine durability, and they did as well last year, so we'll go with Mercedes. Here we are then, we're in 2026, 56 days to go till Bahrain, 14 million in the bank at the moment, but we have got to do our sponsorship plan as well. All right, we've got the sponsor negotiation now. So up front, 27 million from Dell, 7 million on engagement, 8 from race. Total funding is less though. I think I'm going to go for Qatar here. I'm not too bothered about these ones, to be honest with you. Let's just these ones on here, confirm that. So it's going to be worth 88 million. We're going to get 43 up front, so that will sort our debt out quite nicely. And now we're going to jump in and sort out our livery and driver's suit for 2026. So we'll be back to reveal that one shortly. Okay, livery and driver suits are ready then. So last year's livery, let's go through these then. So this was what we ran the first year. This was our first year's livery. And then this was last year's. I prefer last year's. And then this will be this year's. Okay, so this is going to be the new livery for 2026 then. As you can see here. And I quite like it. You will see in the first race, the colours are a little bit off. I didn't realise actually that they were a little bit off. Quite hard to get the gold looking colour, so it's a little bit more orangey in Australia. But yeah, we have rectified that going forward. So yeah, this is the livery for 2026. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. So it's kind of a modern twist on the John Player special from Lotus. That's what we've gone with. So yeah, this is 2026 livery that we'll be running. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of this. So that is the beast then for 2026, our new Team Lotus livery. As I've said, let me know in the comments what you think of this. And we'll quickly look at the race suits as well. Haven't done too much changes to those. Obviously, the main colours have changed in line with that beautiful car in the background. So these are our racing suits for this year. And you may see something else different with the team as well. Just to the right there, there's a different individual standing with Daniel Ricciardo. That is right. Fernando Alonso is in the team. Liam Lawson has gone and Fernando Alonso has been signed. So Lawson had a couple of years left on his contract, but Aston Martin had not retained Alonso. He was available as a free agent, and we have decided to sign Fernando Alonso on a one-year deal then. So unlucky and unfortunate for Liam Lawson. It did cost us about $26 million to break his contract, but we thought we wanted to spice up the series a bit, and a 44-year-old Fernando Alonso has joined Team Lotus on a one-year deal. Danny Rick also has 1 year left on his deal as well. So if we do go into a fourth season with Team Lotus, it might be a whole new driver pairing for 2027. But for 2026, in this beautiful new livery, it's Daniel Ricciardo and Fernando Alonso. And you can see him here in all his glory, the 44-year-old Fernando Alonso in 2026. He's still 87 overall, but Danny Rick and Fernando Alonso are the drivers to hopefully challenge for the Drivers' Championship, but also secure the Constructors' Championship for us in 2026. So our first pit crew training of the year, and they're not going to get a rest. There is a sneaky rest in there, but let's change that. It's January, so there's no races, so we don't need to worry about their tiredness. But they are going to work every day of the week, it seems. But we're going gym training heavy to get this pit stop time down. It will get it to 2.3.5. So hopefully in the next couple of months, we can get that into the 2.2 range. Chance of mistake, we'll obviously resolve that once we get into some race weekend months, which will be coming very soon. Yeah, so just on the money situation, you can see it here in the past 30 days, and there is that $26 million to effectively sign Fernando Alonso was free, but to terminate Liam Lawson cost us nearly $27 million. So that's where you see that. Incoming, the big part there is the sponsors payment. So we were in debt by about $15 million until we got this sponsorship, and that's put us in a healthy position. We've got $31 million at the moment. Right, we probably want to do some development then before we get underway in Bahrain. So let's go for an underfloor, the usual, in this first period. And we'll bring the minimum lifespan right down. And let's go with that for our first one. And one engineer as usual, normal. And that's going to be $1 million. Let's also get a front wing underway. I want to get tyre preservation up a little bit as well. And minimum lifespan will drop to 2 to 4. And let's go for something like that. One engineer, 1.8 million. Let's also do a rear wing. Minimum lifespan right down again. Let's go with that. One engineer again, normal, 1.8. And let us... What should we do here? We will do... Let's do some side pods. Let's do some side pods as well. Try and bring down some of the engine cooling because that's pretty low at the moment. So let's do that. One engineer again, $1 million. Now let's look at the Formula 1 roster for 2026. Doubt there's going to be as many changes as last year because we saw a lot. But let's have a look at who's wear in the 2026 season. So Mercedes, the Constructors Champions, retain the same driver pairing. It's George Russell and Valtteri Bottas. Team Lotus, as we've seen, Daniel Ricciardo retained, but Fernando Alonso signed on a one-year deal to replace Liam Lawson. And McLaren, Lando Norris and Leclerc, that's the same. Piastri and Hamilton, so the same pairing of Norris and Piastri for McLaren, Leclerc and Hamilton for Ferrari. Red Bull stick with their same pairing of Verstappen and Sainz. And Aston Martin, for some strange reason, they got 50 points last year. Alonso got 49 of them. K-Mag got 1, but they've retained K-Mag and Alex Albon. A year on the sidelines in 2025. He returns to the grid this year in the Aston Martin. Williams and RB, Perez and Hulkenberg, they were there last year, and Ocon and Perez, the pairing for Williams, remains the same. Hulkenberg and Tsunoda for RB remains the same. These are 2 new drivers, though. Haas have brought in Bortoleto in car 1, and Fittipaldi is in the Kick Sauber. And Bortoleto is a teammate, will be Teo Porcher, who was in the Haas last year, and Gasly, who was in the Kick Sauber last year. So 1 new driver for each team there. So Haas have got Bortoleto and Porcher. Kick Sauber going with Enzo Fittipaldi and Pierre Gasly. And Alpine scored no points last year. And hello, Liam Lawson is driving for Alpine this year then. So his contract terminated by Team Lotus, but he's found another drive with Alpine. And he's going to be partnered by Zhou Guanyu, who I believe he was in the Haas last year, wasn't he? So, yeah, Guanyu stays on the grid, but now in the Alpine with Liam Lawson. So a few changes there. Right, I think who's not on the grid anymore? Stroll. Lance Stroll is not on the grid, is he? Stroll is gone. Who else did we have replaced here? So these are all the same. Albon for Alonso. Alonso's still on the grid. These are all the same. Bortoleto for Guanyu, but he's in the Alpine. Fittipaldi for Stroll. So Stroll is gone. Who else was in the Alpine? Oh, so Drugovich and Stoffel Van Dorn are gone. So the 3 drivers not on the grid at all, who were on the 2025 grid, is Stoffel Van Dorn and Drugovich. So both Alpine drivers 2025 really struggled, and they are gone. And Lance Stroll has left Formula 1 as well. Ooh, and GP has gone to 92 overall, and he will be the race engineer for Fernando Alonso this year, of course. Been a long time since we've done anything in here in terms of facilities, and we've got a few of the facilities deteriorating. So instead of refurbishing them, we may as well upgrade them. So that's what we're doing here, spending a bit of our cash. Okay, and Arvad Lindblad has gone up to 66 overall. And just a reminder of our affiliates then, we've got Daniela Messina, who was one that we'd always had, and we probably won't retain after her contract runs out in 11 months' time. But we've signed in our past Arvad Lindblad, Franco Colapinto, and Aurelia Nobles, who hasn't got a drive in F3 or F2 yet. She's only 19 though, so hopefully she'll continue to improve. But Franco is in with Campos Racing at F2, and Lindblad is in F3 with High Tech. So yeah, perhaps if this car does become a little bit dominant and you're wanting me to continue with Team Lotus into a 4th season, then maybe we'll do something wild, such as just put Lindblad and Colapinto in the car drivers a little bit lower rated, see how we fare with those. Okay, so more pit crew training, this time for February, and we're going for the same again, basically, which is trying to reduce the pit stop time. And as you can see, by the end of the month, we should be under 2.3 at 2.290 as our sort of average pit stop time. We have some rest in at the end of the month because we will be going in to the first race of the season the following week. But obviously, we can't see it because it will start on the Friday. Saying that, we could probably put in another couple of these and get away with it, because then we can rest early on in the following month. Let's go with that. So yeah, now down to 2.280 for our average pit stop time, hopefully by the end of this month. So all looking good on pit stops. Okay, so our first round of designs have been completed and we're now manufacturing those. So let's get some more designs underway, shall we? What did we do? Side pods? We did. We didn't do a chassis or suspension, but we'll get another underfloor underway. Next ATR is 17 days away. Let's wait for that then, because I'm in no rush to do design work. As I say, we're looking pretty good, so I don't want our car to be too OP. So I think we stay as we are now until that next ATR period. Also, the facility work that we're doing, that's all done now as well. So we upgraded some of these, so they are all completed as well. Just waiting for the team hub, which we done in 12 days. Okay, perhaps the team hub won't be done in 12 days. I want to inform you that there has been an error during the recent upgrading to our team hub. Unfortunately, this will delay the completion date by 9 days. If you think it's essential to reduce this delay, we could pay the construction team overtime. You may decide not to spend further money on this. No, we can delay it. It's not a major issue, so that's fine. Okay, we have had Bahrain testing, and this is results, and look at this. It's showing that we're first in low speed, first in medium speed, first in high speed, first in top speed, first in DRS effectiveness, and first in tyre preservation and engine cooling. 13th on acceleration, though. Maybe Mercedes have not produced the best engine in 2026. We'll have to see on that. But yeah, the car is looking pretty damn good, and that's why I don't want to do too much development work, because don't want this to be easy and OP. So we'll see how it goes. If not, what I might have to do is go into the database editor and help improve the rest of the grid, because I don't think it's going to be any fun if we're just walking away of every race. But we'll see how it goes in Melbourne. We've only done those 4 designs. Haven't done any more than that. So in terms of design, we've designed a new front wing. That's on the car. New side pods and new underfloor. We're just waiting for the new rear wing. So it's only be 4 new designs that we've got on the car. And we'll see how we go when we get into Melbourne. And we've got the 3rd month's worth of pit crew training. And what we want to see here is, are we tired there? Yes. So we want to put some rests. Oh, not that one. We want to be up here for resting. So let's get these rests in, and that should be pretty good now. So yeah, well rested. Just going over to tired on the Sunday. Let's go. Rest here. Yeah. And tired there, so we need some rests in here as well. Just creeping into tired, so that should be fine. So estimated pit stop time will change slightly. Well, actually, it's not going to change in total, so not too bad. So yeah, happy with that. I'm not sure why this took so long to come through, but this is just confirmation of our sponsorship package. So we got from our main sponsor 25.8 million up front. We can get another 10.5 from engagement, another 12.3 from race day. Then optionals, they gave us 12.4 up front. So we actually got 43 million up front. And then engagement, 6.2 available, and race day, 15.8. So pretty good sponsorship package for us this year. And here we go then, the team hub, that final facility that we're updating is now completed as well. And we are ready to go into our first race weekend then of the season. And we're going to go second with Daniel Ricciardo. What do we get here? 5.85 this year. And we are going to go first with Fernando Alonso. So that's showing, as did the car analysis, that the car is looking pretty damn good. But let's wait and see. We've got to do it on track. But as I say, if we are OP, then I will be making changes. We don't want to be too dominant. It's going to get boring, I feel. So let's wait and see, though. But let's start practice for the first round in the 2026 season in Australia. Here we go then, a new season and a brand new livery as we start this first practice session in Melbourne, Australia. That is practice for the first race of the year done and dusted. Track acclimatization 94% for Alonso, 96% for Danny Rick. Obviously learning the car, so both at 75% on car parts knowledge. We did hit 100% setup satisfaction with Danny Rick. We got to 96% for Fernando Alonso, so we're just trying one more setup to maybe get that to 100% as well. So slightly lowered his driver preparation because of that, but that should come to fruition in qualifying. 69% currently, and Danny Rick at 100% as we head to qualifying next. Just finishing our Q1 laps here. Danny Rick sets a 1:28.9, and Alonso is about a second off. We did get Danny Rick's set up to 96%. Alonso's is unknown. It was, oh, actually, Ricciardo's 100%. Oh, we got a red flag. We've got a red flag. It's Enzo Fittipaldi, who's in for the Audi team this year. And on his debut, a massive spin and into the barrier, out of the session, and a red flag. So Fernando might be in a bit of bother on debut for Team Lotus. Have a look he starts to go green at all. I'm not expecting him to go green. Oh, he does. He goes purple. Well, there you go. I know nothing. Purple. That's looking better. Don't think the grid are going to go out. Enzo Fittipaldi is going to be out there if Alonso goes quicker. Lucas, you don't really need to change inters in quality because it doesn't affect lap times if they're like 5% worn. Yeah, I don't usually. It's just because we had that red flag that dropped the grip to low. So just to be on the safe side. But Alonso's gone purple, then green. So hopefully this is going to be enough to see him through then to Q2. And final corners to navigate then for Fernando. And here we go. Yeah, the rest of the grid decided not to go out. So if Alonso goes quicker, he will be safely through. And he goes first by a second.
Okay, currently P1.
So, safely through then. 2 Q2 are both drivers. We'll get a banker lap in. And then see what's what. There we go. Banker laps complete. Only 2 temps. Oh, the new team on the grid. Audi we've placed in here.
Cool the tyres and we will box this lap.
So we've put the Audi mod in. As I say, it's not perfect at the moment, so it's still naming them as Kick Sauber. We've still got this green, so I need to take a look at that. Bit of a rush to get them in for today's stream, but yeah, it's Audi that's the new team that we've modded in, as they will be in 2026. And there we go, safely through to Q3 then in Q3 here at Albert Park. And it's Alonso first on the road. All right, let's see what these first sector times are going to be. Purple, of course, because Fernando's the first one through that sector time. But Danny Ricks took it off in 25.83, 25.78. So that's about 500th of a second between them through that first sector. So very close between our two teammates. And they could be battling for pole here because we're looking pretty quick around here. And we're through that second sector, 19 flat, 19.11. So I think it's about 4 to 500s in favour of Alonso now, so it's very, very tight. Less than a tenth in it at the moment. It's all going to come down to this final sector then. And Alonso just got this left-hander, then right-hander to do till he heads to the line. And let's see, what time is Fernando going to set here? DRS open. Here comes the line. Fernando, 1:16.83. Ricciardo
P1.
Doesn't go quicker, but still very close. As we say, less than a tenth of a second between our drivers. Very competitive. Very good news for us. We're going to be the only ones on track. So we've secured a 1-2. I don't quite know what's going on with the AI. They've only wanted to do 1 runs here in qualifying. So it's a 1-2 for Team Lotus in the opening race of 2026. But which way round is it going to be? Apparently it's Alonso by less than a tenth. Just under 700s. Back, not going quicker either of them, so I don't think with that rainfall we had mid-session, I don't think they're going to improve. So it looks like Fernando Alonso on debut for Team Lotus is going to grab pole here. Let's just close these out. Oh, Danny Rick though snuck in a PB, a personal best in the middle sector, so it might not quite be over yet. Fernando definitely doesn't look like he's going quicker though. Going to be Ricciardo across the line first here.
All the time you have to leave a space.
William, thanks for the follow on Twitch, much appreciated. Here comes Ricciardo then. Does he go quicker? I don't think oh, he does! He does! I was doubting the man. I shouldn't have doubted him. Danny Rick, the honey badger, never doubt him. Not in this series. Danny Rick Slower in the first sector, but quicker in the middle and the final sector. Go, full standings. Q3, Daniel Ricciardo on pole. Fernando Alonso second. It's Valtteri Bottas third. Lando Norris fourth. Carlos Sainz fifth. Max Verstappen sixth. Oscar Piastri seventh. George Russell eighth. Sergio Perez ninth. And Ocon 10th. So a really good start for Williams. They finished 7th in the Constructors last year. They scored 11 points, I believe it was, last year. So they're going, hopefully, to get a few points in the first race of the season here. Let's mix it up a bit then. So we'll go for a two-stopper with both of them, but we'll mix the tyres up. So always the way with Danny Rick. He can make those softs work a lot better. His smoothness is so good in game. So he's going to go soft, medium, softs. Alonso starts P2. He's going to go soft, medium, mediums. And let's just set this up here. With that said, let's jump in and start this first race of 2026. And if you haven't already, please do smash a like on the stream. Really helps me out. Cool. Right, let's start this race. Here we go then. Australian Grand Prix. Our drivers with Danny Rick starts P1, Alonso P2, and the lights are out very quickly. And we're underway then. Is Alonso going to try and challenge his teammate from the start here? No, he's not, because Bottas, our nemesis from 2025. The world champion of 2025, Bottas, is through into P2 briefly, but Alonso doesn't want to give that up. And we know Alonso's defensive skills, but he's going to have to settle for P3 to begin with here.
Stick on your line.
Let's look at tyres then. So the top 5 on softs, then Max is on mediums, Piastri softs. Only hard runner is Guan Yu Zhou, who has moved teams again for the 3rd season in a row. Started as he was in real life with Kick Sauber in 24. In 25, he was driving for the Haas team. And in 2026 here, he drives for Alpine. But let's stay on board with the action here. And it's Alonso. Oh, we don't want to be doing that. We want to be looking at this. And luckily we missed nothing there. Is Alonso going to be able to make a move on Valtteri Bottas? Or is Bottas going to make a move on Daniel Ricciardo here?
DRS enabled.
No, it looks like we're going to stay as we are. Hard to break the DRS here, of course, because you get a whopping 4 DRS zones in Albert Park. I mean, half the track is a DRS zone nowadays. Although I do think the changes they made to the track are a lot better. Come on, Alonso. We don't want any moaning.
Stay focused.
I don't want to hear any GP2 engine remarks, Fernando. And this could be the chance for Fernando. Bottas still keeps DRS on Ricciardo, though. Still within 8 tenths. Fernando having a look. But not quite. I don't want to destroy all of our batteries straight away. And we lost a bit of pace coming out of that corner.
I don't have that pace.
Fernando, you're so negative.
Don't worry, mate.
We didn't sign you to be this.
Copy.
Sounding like you're in that McLaren again.
Maximum focus on putting down those rear tires.
Yep.
Increase lift off as well, please.
Understood.
And Fernando, is he going to try this time? No, he's getting frustrated behind Bottas. Bottas still got pace then in 2026, but I like to see it. I like to see it. Doesn't look like we are going to dominate, which I'm kind of glad to see, to be fair. But it could be 3 wide through here. This could be awful, but Fernando might lose out here. Oscar's going to have the inside. As Lando, actually, sorry. Oscar down in P7. This is a real battle in these early laps, isn't it? Poor Yuki's still at Racing Bulls, yeah. Yuki's down there still. So a DRS train from Ricciardo down to Piastri in 7th. Perez in that Williams is in P8, but he's 4 seconds cut adrift. Oh, and Bottas going for the lead. Valtteri, that Mercedes, that's got some pace in it. And Valtteri, the reigning world champion, of course, is through.
Let's take a closer look. Now, this was Valtteri Bottas. It's certainly inviting.
There he goes then. reigning world champion, coming out fighting here. But he's going to be under pressure because he can have no DRS now. And Ricciardo, our DRS is very strong. Bottas goes aggressive to the inside. We're going to switch to the outside with Danny Ric in front of his home crowd. He's going to regain the lead. Can Alonso follow him through? Because you get a double taking, so Bottas still no DRS. This is where Alonso needs to make the move.
Nice.
And Fernando does make the move, so we're back into P1, P2 as we started this race.
Good job. Come on.
And if we can just conserve... yeah, I don't want to wreck Alonso's race. So I was wondering if I just conserve to break the DRS for Danny Ric, but actually I don't want to do that. Albon's had a lock-up. Albon back on the grid. He was out of... he was had no drive for 2025. But he's in the Aston Martin.
They were just unable to do much about it.
And not going too well by the looks of it. He didn't... well, he did replace Fernando Alonso, but we didn't sign Fernando Alonso from Aston Martin. Alonso was not renewed. His contract was not renewed. He was a free agent, so he'd already signed Albon. To a week as well, and Alonso is going to challenge Danny Ric for the lead of the race, but Daniel Ricciardo defends hard. I don't want to really ask them not to fight in the first race of the season. I think that would be a bit harsh, but I don't want them crashing into each other. But Fernando is through into the lead. We've used quite a bit of tyre life for Fernando and Danny Ric, to be fair there. But if you haven't already, if you can, please smash a like on the video. It really does help me out. Trying to get the YouTube video at least to 15 likes. So if you're watching on YouTube, I really appreciate it. But of course, if you're watching on other platforms where you can like, please do so. Really do appreciate it. Looks like Leclerc has made it into the top 8. So it's now a DRS. No, he's actually still 4 seconds behind, though. Beg my French nearly there. Ricciardo back into the lead then.
Did just get DRS.
And we go again then on this main straight. Ricciardo this time challenging Fernando Alonso. And Fernando, ooh, don't want to be doing that. He's going to be slow out of there. And he's going to be under pressure now. And Valtteri Bottas doesn't go for a move. But look how close it is here. And a McLaren now pushed out wide in Lando Norris. All going on. And Daniel Ricciardo's managed to get a second there. With Alonso being out on the grass. Warm your tyres, they're both cold. Yeah, only issue is I need to get this stint to last, which we're going to struggle to do as it is. Let's get Alonso though to get some heat in there.
Closing up a little bit.
And let's just drag him towards Danny Ric to get that DRS back. Oh, look at this, nearly 3 wide behind us. Sam, thanks for the gifts, buddy. Much appreciated.
Tyres have stabilised now for the moment.
We okay on temperatures?
Danny Ric starting to pull away here.
Warm up your tyres.
Sam, thanks for the follow. Do appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, Danny Ric's got 1.8 here. On Fernando Alonso.
So just manage your tyres.
Yes, yep.
So Alonso dropping out that DRS. He's lost his protection, so to speak. Because he's now under threat from Bottas, Sainz, Norris, Piastri, Verstappen. And Danny Ric might be able to sail off into the sunset here. Bottas, is he going to make the move on Fernando Alonso here? No, not there, but he's going to have a great opportunity as we get through here on the final DRS zone. Bottas. Danny Ric's put a 3-second gap now.
Drop the pace now, please.
I do think we're going to have to manage the tyres in the next couple of stints, though. Alonso vulnerable now, not good. Yes, indeed, Sam. Who is EFI? Yes, Sam's answered that one for you.
Currently P2. Gap 3.1.
So Ricciardo having a good time in front of his home crowd.
Gap 0.4.
Alonso's got work to do. Tyre life. Are the rest of the grid going to freeze stop here, or are they going to go and put some hards on at some point? I wonder if they will. I think they will. Sam, what year is it in game? This is 2026, first race of the 2026 season. When are we due to stop? Lap 20 with Ricciardo, lap 19 for Alonso.
Some degradation.
It's the first time I've played with Alonso actually in any of the F1 Manager series, and he's grumpy on the team radio, isn't he? Oh, and there's nearly a car either side of Alonso, but Bottas finally through. Samuel Lawson over Fernando. Maybe the wrong call as things are turning out. Perhaps it is.
Sainz.
Liam Lawson still on the grid, worth noting. He's in an Alpine. Bless him. not the best of cars to be in. Is Alonso going to come straight back at Valtteri Bottas here? I think he is. He's indeed. But a long way to go in this race yet, so don't rule Fernando out yet.
Yes. Did an excellent job. That's put you P2.
Back into second place.
Gap is 3.3.
And what's the top 10? Perez still holding on in there. Russell's still in 12th, having an awful race there for Mercedes so far. Alonso now within 2.7 of Ricciardo. And Bottas, nearly dropped out of the DRS there. Has he got it? No, he hasn't got DRS, but Sainz and crew behind him have. So this could be the moment for Fernando Alonso to just start pushing away.
You can cancel.
You see the gap is visible there.
Where possible.
Oh, look at this, nearly 3 wide. As the two McLarens trying to challenge the Red Bull of Sainz. Verstappen is 7th. He's on mediums. They are at 58% though. Not too much tyre deg really between the soft and the medium. Built gaps now, isn't it? Bottas really has just dropped off a cliff, hasn't he? We're now going to see some pit stops though, I feel. Carlos Sainz may be the first. Leclerc's now with this group, and Perez is actually only 3 seconds off. Is Sainz going to jump into the pits? Is he going to be the first? He is indeed.
So Sainz has pitted.
Carlos Sainz. Does Bottas pit? No. Piastri pits. So the first pit stop of 2026 goes to Red Bull, unless I've missed one further down the order. And it's that slow. It's a very slow stop. Piastri says thank you very much. Sainz's hard work undone then. And Piastri jumps him in the pits.
Yellow's ahead.
Oh no, it's Liam Lawson. Contract terminated from Team Lotus. And it's all getting a bit too much for him in that Alpine. Alonso in for his pit stop then. 2.4 as our pit team disappear. That's how quick they are. But we have got our pit stops down, so the average we're hoping, although that's 2.4, but we're hoping to get more 2.2 and under this year. I'm doing a lot of work in that in the off-season as Alonso does just about clear Piastri and Russell.
Leclerc ahead.
They are going to be very quick because tyres up to temperature. Oh, this is not great. Keep it clean. They do. Right, but Piastri has stopped, hasn't he? So Piastri has done the undercut, but the tyre difference is 14%.
DRS behind you.
Who else has stopped? So Sainz got bogged down in that traffic. Norris. So yeah, I think we're looking pretty good here. Right, Ricciardo then in for his stop now as well. Let's see what we do. Hopefully this will be 2.2 or under. No, 2.4 as well. So it seems like we're liking the 2.4s here. Now, where's Ricciardo going to come out?
Tires.
He had a 3-second buffer.
Focus on reaction time and no full throttle before pit exit.
Alonso's going to look to try and make the move on Piastri as Russell comes into the pit. There is his teammate. He's going to still have a healthy lead, although he's got to get those tyres up to temp now. And Alonso into P3, but of course Verstappen and Leclerc yet to stop as Sainz sets the fastest lap of the race. We've got DRS to try and pull away from Piastri, but I think he's going to try and stick with us for a while.
Alonso 2.7.
We have the slowest car on the straight.
Oh, Alonso, give it a rest.
Come on, mate.
I need some positive attitude, Fernando. You're running a net P1 and P2 after the pits, and you're saying we've got the slowest car on the straights.
Good check.
Okay, copy.
In terms of young drivers, we have got Arvid Lindblad as one of our affiliates, as well as Franco Colapinto, so we could just promote those. They're both low rated. Franco only 72, and I think Arvid is 67 or 68, but that would give us a challenge for Season 4. As Alonso, coming back then at Danny Rick, what we saw in the opening laps of this race, and he's back into P1. And has everyone stopped now? Most of them, apart from Gasly and Zhou. Gasly is about to, because his mediums are very worn, and Zhou started on the hard tyres. But you haven't already and you're enjoying the stream, please do me a favour and like the stream. It does really help me out. And it takes a second to click that like button, and I really do appreciate it. Here comes Ricciardo then. Is he going to get this move done on Fernando Alonso? Ooh, that was close. That was very close to contact. That's the only problem letting them fight all race potentially, is they could collide. But the top three are pulled away though. It's a 6.3, 6.4 second gap on Carlos Sainz. And Alonso is very much now back in the DRS of Daniel Ricciardo. His fuel management is obviously a lot better than Ricciardo's because it's 0.5 as Alonso sends it up the inside. I'm not sure Ricciardo is expecting that because he's lost nearly 7 tenths there. Well, this is working well for Oscar Piastri, just sticking with us because it might buy him a podium on home soil. 2 Australians on the podium. The home crowd are going to like that. Atty, see you next live again, Kelly. No worries, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. Have a good one. Alonso needs to shut up and drive. He's doing a lot of negative talking as Fernando.
Good time management.
Okay, copy. Understood.
Cheer up, Fernando. Right, can we break the DRS to Piastri? Not looking like it at the moment, is it? We've got a yellow flag. It looks like it's Leclerc. It is Leclerc. He's out wide and he's tumbled down to P11.
Now here we are tackling turn 3.
Monegasque man has done something here.
Well,
A
you could
lockup.
see the lockup. By that point,
Oh,
it was just too late.
that's a big old lockup from Leclerc. He might not be happy now though, as Ricciardo challenges him. Oh, I don't like it when that happens. Right, let's try and push their fuel together.
We don't need liftoff.
Understood.
See if we can break the DRS from Oscar Piastri here. Ricciardo does seem to have the pace, doesn't he? Though when he gets past Alonso, he nearly bolts and breaks that DRS, doesn't he? Daniel doing quite a lot better on tyre wear. Daniel is immense at managing his tyres in this game. Actually, now having him for this whole series, I'd highly recommend him. He's very good in the game, actually, Danny Rick. Fernando Alonso then on the outside, though, is going to reclaim the lead. And we did break DRS momentarily, but Oscar Piastri is straight back there. 08 was pretty good, being a McLaren fan and Lewis. I'm not sure it's the best overall F1 season though, but for me that was a good one, personally. You'd have to say for drama, it has to be 2021. I don't think we'll ever see a season like it again,
Alonso
unfortunately.
has DRS now.
2021, even though I'm a diehard Lewis. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the thing. Although and it's just a shame it ended how it did, because it's kind of tarnished. It's all been said already, but, you know, Max wouldn't have won it that way and all the rest of it. But that season was so good. And to end like that, depressing, really. As Piastri
Yeah, mate.
pushed out wide.
I don't have that pace.
Head down.
Right, we're not pitting till lap 40 and lap 37, so...
Gap at
And Piastri
2.4.
pits, so
2.4.
certainly the time to push now for us. Alonso 2.4. Every stop we've done so far today has been a 2.4, and it's another 2.4.
It will be close.
We're obviously second in the pit lane now. Here comes Piastri. He should be past us here. Not by much, though. And we're on a softer tyre.
You are P3.
So Alonso can push on from
ahead.
now. Ricciardo's got a couple of laps to go.
Gap 1.5.
So he can attack. Here we go then. Is it going to be another 2.4? A 2.3. Our best pit stop of the day. I feel like I'm the only person who thinks that Liam will actually do a decent job. I'm not saying he's not going to, but I think it's a bit unknown, really. And is Piastri going to be past Ricciardo as well here? No, he's not. Ricciardo maintains that.
That's currently,
But Piastri
P1.
will be pushing hard here. And Ricciardo's 4 seconds up the road, so Ricciardo is looking very handy for a win. Finished second last year in the World Driver Championship. Can he go one better and win it this year? Tsunoda's in 4th, I've just seen. What's going on here? He needs to pit. You need to pit. It'll be interesting how this all ends up. Bottas is now down to 10th, but
0.4.
you have to pit. As Fernando Alonso, on the start-finish straight then, is past Oscar Piastri. He's going to get DRS here as well, so...
Let's go.
Yes, Alonso, now you're getting positive. Now you're feeling it. That's what we like, Fernando.
4.2.
Right, let's push. Let's push. Let's get this gap.
We do not require any fuel liftoff.
Copy.
But yeah, Ricciardo's smoothness. If you've never used Ricciardo in the game,
Use your tools.
I really do recommend him.
Copy.
His stats don't look great, but I think especially when you get the mentality buff, his smoothness is just so good. The overcut going longer on stints really works. And we've got 1.4 here on Piastri. Verstappen running wide. Where is Max? He's down in 12th now.
Right, here's the action at turn 10.
Karakara, thanks for the follow.
Oh,
Much
but they need to
appreciated.
be watching
Ooh,
those track
very
limits.
wide from Max
They've gotta
Verstappen.
be careful and watch the car there.
Yuki is actually... Why is Yuki 4th? What is going on? Yuki is cooking in P4. Yuki is having a massive race here for the RB, or the Racing Bulls, as I believe we have to call them these days. Toro Rosso. I still call them Toro Rosso. Come on. It's Toro Rosso, isn't it? But Ricciardo, in his home race, in the first race of 2026, he wins it. And he actually dominates in the end. It's 12 seconds for the Honey Badger. Listen to the crowd. They're loving it. They're loving it for Danny Rick. And Alonso, P2.
Stop it, Ferry Bridge.
First race of the season in 2026. And it's a 1-2
Thank you.
for Team Lotus. Is Alonso going to say anything? He's going to be happy. Come on, Fernando.
Flag.
You are P2. Good job.
Oh,
Well deserved.
okay. In the middle there. In the middle from Fernando. Piastri finishes third. But is Yuki Tsunoda going to claim 4th? Looks like he is. Come on, Yuki, son. P4 in that RB. It's pretty good, that RB in 2024. It was awful in 2025. But the first race of 2026, Yuki Tsunoda is back in the top 4. Sainz is 5th. Leclerc is 6th. The reigning world champion, Bottas 7th. Hamilton 8th. And Perez 2 points for Williams. And Norris closed out the top 10. Verstappen and Russell, no points as we bring this one to a close. The home fans must be loving it. Danny Ricks won the home race and Piastri P3, 2 Australians on the podium. When's the last time that happened? That's a good quiz question. Has it ever happened in Formula 1, 2 Aussies on the Australian podium? Must have done back in the past. Had a few good Aussie drivers. But full classification of this one then. Daniel Ricciardo wins it from pole. Fernando Alonso comes home in P2 where he started as well. So we bring it home 1-2. Don't get the fastest lap though, as Lando Norris takes that in P10. He pitted for softs quite late on. Oscar Piastri up 4 to 3rd. But look at this. Yuki Tsunoda up 10 places for RB to finish 4th. It's Carlos Sainz in 5th. Leclerc 6th. Valtteri Bottas drops 4 to 7. Hamilton up 5 to finish 8th. Perez finishes where he started in P9. And Lando gets a point, but he drops 6 places. And as we say, Max Verstappen and George Russell not scoring points either, which are the real surprises there in this first race. Of course, being the first race of the season, the Drivers' Championship is going to look exactly the same as that finishing order, apart from seeing Lando Norris on the same points as Sergio Perez, because he gets the bonus point for that fastest lap. Let me just change the screen over there. So, yeah, Lando Norris gets 2 points, so no point at this point going through the Drivers' Championship. It is how we finished in the race. But Constructors then, very nice indeed for Team Lotus. McLaren second, basically thanks to Oscar Piastri's 15 points, plus the 2 obviously from Lando, but Oscar Piastri doing big things for McLaren there. RB though, and I'm pretty sure RB scored 11 points in 2025, and in race 1, they've scored 12. So they've beaten last year's total with 23 races to go. So not bad from Yuki Tsunoda there. Ferrari also on 12, Red Bull on 10, Mercedes 6, and Williams 2. I think Williams also, they tied with RB on 11 points, so they're well on their way as well. Aston Martin, as I say, I can't get this name to change, which is frustrating, but it is obviously Audi now. Aston, Audi, Alpine, and Haas yet to score. So we start in the perfect way here in 2026 with a 1-2, and Daniel Ricciardo wins in front of his home adoring crowd. And is this a start of a championship push for both the Constructors and Drivers Championship? If you made it all the way to the end of the video, not already, please do subscribe to the channel. And if you can, smash that like button, help us on the way to the minimum target of 15 likes. I really would appreciate that. And we're going to be back soon with the next episode in this Team Lotus F1 Manager series.